Today, let us see the mechanism of oxidative cleavage of olefins. In the previous lecture, we see about the oxidative cleavage of olefins in different ways by using different solvent and catalyst. But today, next to that, let us see mechanism of that oxidative cleavage of olefins. Now O3, you know ozone, adds to alkenes or adds to double bond of the alkene by the pericyclic type of reaction. But in that pericyclic type of reaction, it uses pericyclic 4+2 cycloaddition type of reaction. Now about O3. O3 is 1,3 dipolar species. As O3 is 1,3 dipolar species, O3 adds to alkene also by 1,3 cycloaddition type of reaction. You can see that this O3 ozone is 1,3 dipolar species. That means at first carbon the negative charge is present and on the third carbon positive charge is present. Now here dipole is generated. Therefore at first and third oxygen dipole is present. Therefore it is 1,3 dipolar species. Therefore O3 adds to alkene by pericyclic 4+2 cycloaddition and also by 1,3 cycloaddition type of reaction. O3 adds to carbon-carbon double bond of alkene, which gives rise to the formation of primary ozonide. That primary ozonide formed during this step is also known as mol ozonide. But primary ozonide is unstable and collapses via another pericyclic reaction, that is reverse of 1,3 cycloaddition type of reaction, which gives rise to carbonyl compound and carbonyl halide. Now let us see how carbonyl compound and carbonyl halide is obtained by 1,3 cycloaddition type of reaction and reverse 1,3 cycloaddition type of reaction. That means first step is 1,3 cycloaddition and second step is reverse to 1,3 cycloaddition reaction. Now ozone, that is (1,3 dipolar), we write here for your convenience like this. Now this undergo 1,3 cycloaddition to form primary ozonide. Let us see how primary ozonide is formed by 1,3 cycloaddition. This is primary ozonide. Students, I already told you this primary ozonide is unstable, which undergo breaking of bonds to form carbonyl compound and carbonyl halide. this step is now reversed to 1,3-cycloaddition type of reaction. Let us see how the carbonyl compound and carbonyl halide is obtained. Reverse 1,3-cycloaddition reaction now takes place. How it takes place? It takes place by breaking this bond, CO bond and oxygen-oxygen bond, which gives rise to the formation of CH3 C double bond OH. And the another species is this one plus CH3 C CH3 O. This remains now. CH3 CH, it gives to formation of carbonyl compound, and CH3 C CH3. After that, this oxygen and this oxygen. Or in the another way, for your convenience, you can also write this breaking like this. That means it is convenient for you. CH3 C double bond OH and CH3 C O and this CH3. Now here, as this bond is break, the lone pair of electron will be transferred of oxygen, therefore it will carry negative charge. And as this bond is break down, electron pair is acquired by this oxygen to form carbon-oxygen double bond here. Therefore, this carbon will carry now, this oxygen will carry now positive charge. And also there is formation of double bond. Actually, this positive charge will develop due to the transfer of electron to carbon oxygen bond to form carbon oxygen double bond. In such a way, this carbonyl compound is formed, and this is carbonyl halide. In such a way, students, this alkene is actually 2-methyl but 2-ene. This alkene 2-methyl but 2-ene undergo 1,3-cycloaddition type of reaction to form primary ozonide, which on reverse 1,3-cycloaddition undergo to form carbonyl compound CH3 C double bond OH, that is acetaldehyde, and another carbonyl halide CH3 C CH3 double bond O. This is carbonyl halide. In such a way, now this carbonyl halide and carbonyl compound, that is acetaldehyde, will undergo path A. Through path A it will give peroxide, and through path B it will again undergo 1,3-cycloaddition to form secondary ozonide. Now in the next step, you can see on a board, through path A, carbonyl halide with solvent ethanol C2H5OH now gives rise to the formation of peroxide. Now let us see how the formation of peroxide takes place. For that, a breaking of OH bond of ethanol takes place through which the hydrogen of ethanol get attaches to oxygen of carbonyl halide that carries negative charge. With the help of that lone pair present on oxygen of carbonyl halide, hydrogen get attaches to oxygen. This one, so this hydrogen get attaches to this oxygen, and this portion O(C2H5) it get bonded to this carbon with the help of lone pair of electrons. Now how the reaction takes place? Let us see. CH3C, CH3C, O to this oxygen, hydrogen get bonded, and to the carbon, this one O(C2H5) get bonded with the help of pair of electron. In such a way, there is formation of peroxide. That means carbonyl halide with solvent ethanol gives to formation of peroxide, and through path B, both of these formed in the above state mechanism. Both carbonyl halide and carbonyl compound undergo 1,3-cycloaddition to form secondary ozonide. So in the formation of secondary ozonide, this CH3 C double bond O, it breaks down. After that, CH3, yes. I write here on a board the portions of this halide CH3CCH3 and carbonyl compound CH3CH, and formation of ozonide takes place by this oxygen and these two oxygens as previously, like this. In such a way, there is formation of secondary ozonide. After that, students, the next step is that the peroxide and secondary ozonide that form in the pathway and path B, they undergo decomposition in situ by dimethyl sulfide or trimethyl phosphine. During this process, sulfur or phosphorus additives that used during the reaction as a catalyst, they undergo oxidation. That means oxygen get bonded with that sulfur of dimethyl sulfide, and these halide, carbonyl halide and peroxide, they undergo reduction to form corresponding aldehydes or ketones. Now let us see how the reaction takes place. The sulfur carry lone pair of electron. Now here, how the breaking takes place. There is a breaking of bonds. The breaking will takes place like this. During this, there is formation of firstly acetone CH3C double bond O CH3. After that, CH3 C double bond O H. This is acetaldehyde. After that, this oxygen get bonded with sulfur with the help of lone pair of electrons, plus O S CH3 Now here there will be a formation of double bond to satisfy the valency of oxygen. It will be 2 that uses lone pair of electrons to form a bond between oxygen and sulfur. In the next step, again here peroxide, it will remove hydrogen. This hydrogen is removed. It get again bonded with this oxygen. For that, the breaking of this carbon oxygen bond takes place in such a way C2H5OH is given out. Plus, what remains here? CH3C, then double bond O, CH3. Here breaking of oxygen bond also takes place. Now here CH3 C double bond to CH3 acetone is formed, and this oxygen remains, get bonded with sulfur plus O double bond S CH3 CH3. In such a way, dialytic sulfide get oxidized. That means this oxygen get attached to sulfur to form CH3 S double bond to CH3 in both the cases. And here the breaking of bond takes place like this to form acetone and acetaldehyde. Here there is formation of only acetone with C2H5OH. In such a way, the mechanism of oxidative cleavage of olefins takes place.